All right, guys. Hospitals all over the country have been shutting down certain units due to staff shortages. Yes, that is correct. Many nurses have left their home units in order to travel, and also nurses have been leaving the nursing field just in general, just to quit being nurses altogether. One area that I have already covered that is an aspect of this is due to some nurses not wanting to get the COVID vaccine. Although it's only been reported that around 1% of the entire nursing field quit due to the COVID vaccine, it's not the whole picture. It's sort of a trickle-down effect. If you have 100 nurses that work on one unit and one nurse quits and that unit was already short-staffed, someone is going to have to pick up that nurse's shift every time that they were supposed to work, and chances are that nurse is going to get burnout, following more and more burnout, leading to a very big snowball effect. So yes, although maybe 1% of the entire nursing population quit due to the COVID vaccine, it's not the whole truth. And now, with the Supreme Court weighing in on the issue, saying that all healthcare workers have to be vaccinated, I don't believe it's going to help things. I believe it's going to make it harder and harder on these nurses who don't believe in this vaccine. Yes, they are out there. Although I am a vaccinated nurse myself, I still do believe in the freedom of choice. True story. However, these hospital units are shutting down. Some of these units are very special units, very much needed units, such as ICUs and PICUs, pediatric ICUs. Yes, we're shutting down ICUs due to staffing shortages. ICUs take a very specialized nurse in order to work. There's a lot of training that goes involved into training these nurses to work these ICUs, and they just don't have the staff. They don't have the people there to work them, and so they're shutting them down, even though some of them are full in some cases. This is terrible. This is not good at all. The nursing shortage is getting so big that units are just shutting down altogether. It's a terrible situation, terrible for everyone involved, terrible throughout the entire country. Here locally, I heard of a hospital who did not have CNAs for an entire shift. Could you imagine that? No CNAs for a whole shift on a particular unit at a local hospital, local to me hospital, had no CNAs. Apparently this hospital was calling the float nurses in order to work as CNAs. Could you imagine that? You're paying a float nurse probably 8 to 10 times what you would pay a CNA just to do the CNA work, because you're that desperate for that kind of help. Right now is definitely the time to get into nursing if you want to get into it, simply because the shortage is so great. It is such a huge shortage that we're shutting down complete units of hospitals. And this is a terrible situation all the way around, and there is no winner in it. I imagine that the nurses who are still there are facing some sort of serious burnout at this moment in time, and they probably don't want to be there. For whatever reason, they are still there at that unit that is short-staffed, that will more than likely shut down. It's hurting the patients, it's hurting the nurses, it's hurting the CNAs, it's hurting all staff involved. And I imagine that even the CEOs are seeing some sort of dent in their pocketbook to shutting down these units. Terrible situation all the way around. That's what I got for you today. If you like this video, check this one out over here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe over there. If you like Nurses Making the News on Thursday, there should be a playlist down below. Thank you so much. Hope it helps.